Demeclees, Axel, and Nictor having to make constitution checks right off the go. Megs, you do not need to make a constitution check because you were drinking sparingly in the episode before.
11 total.
Oh, a solid 7.
I got an 18. That's that gnome blood.
Damn it. Unscathed again.
Demeclees, you are actually going to get inspiration for that. Axel and Nictor, you are going to start this session sickened by being hung over from so much drinking the night before.
All right.
Still drunk?
No, we was drunk yesterday. Didn't School of Rock teach you anything?
You said we were drunk.
Welcome to You Rolled a 1. In the last episode, there was a giant feast in Seafall to celebrate the successful attack on Vardant Hollow and the return of the Driftwood Crown. It wasn't all fun and games, though, as the dreadful conditions of the hospital really left a mark on our party. Except for Demeclees, of course. At the end of the episode, our party was left drinking, singing, and dancing upon the tables. Let's see how they're faring in this episode as they recover from the drinking and have a brand new assignment. Demeclees, you of course have your own room, as would befit your nature, and you are feeling fantastic when you wake up. Revitalized almost. And you chalk it up to your sampling of a multitude of different onions at the feast last night.
You can always rely on the power of onions, and I think I might be still a little bit drunk. I am not going to leave my room. I am going to prep myself in secret to try on my new robes. Let's see how they look. And how many secret pockets do I have? I'd like to count them. 1, 2, 3. Oh, didn't see that one there. 4, 5, 6. Oh, 7! Yes. Oh, good, that one. I would never have guessed to look there. Oh, only 7? I'll have to make a couple more. May I have my moon shadow spy on the others just to see how they're doing in the morning?
You can, but they would probably notice a big owl.
Then I will send moon shadow as a spider.
Nictor, Manx, and Axel wake up in the rusty iron tankard. Nictor and Axel, you wake up having missed your beds and wake up on the floor. Manx, you've managed to successfully find your bed and had a pretty good night's sleep.
Oh, morning. Hi. G'day. I'm here. Present.
So, I'm gonna pry myself up with the most half-hearted push-up ever. Oh, gods. What the heck happened to me? And I'm gonna flip over and just look at my foot. Is it there?
Your foot is there.
Is it bandaged or anything?
The bandages are just come loose in the partying. So it would need to be dressed again.
And as I pry myself up, I'm just gonna say, oh, I really feel like a rusty tankard this morning. God's my head.
Some stones are as soft as beds back in my day. Quite a comfy floor, really.
I would just say to Nictor, ready to go get some hair of the dog?
Some hair of the dog?
Yeah, it's a drink you drink. It's usually got onions in it to help alleviate a hangover. And I'm just going to be grasping my forehead.
Oh, that sounds like a mighty fine idea. I think we should do that. Maybe our boy, Moy RD is already in the kitchen prepping something. We should definitely make our way there.
Let's go.
Are the two of you going to wake up Manx before you leave? Demeclees, you now have visual on everything that's happening.
Cool. I would like Moonshadow as a spider to attempt to crawl onto Axel as they're leaving.
Wait, are you literally bugging me?
I would like to have the spider jumps onto him so that the spider can see everything, but also is able to follow them along to whatever they're about to go do.
This guy's an undercover FBI agent. He's bugging me.
Demeclees, I'll have you make a dexterity check with advantage. And Axel, I'm going to have you make a perception check with disadvantage.
13.
Yeah, I don't see it. Mine was a 4.
So you have successfully have a spider falls into the hood of the cloak.
I'm just going to sit down briefly at the foot of my bed and just wrap my foot really quick, probably not seeing the spider because I'm wasted.
Axel, you're botching it. Let me help you.
All right. I'm going to begrudgingly hand it over to Manx.
Can you make a heal check for me, Manx?
11 total.
Hey, you did a really good job. I could stand to learn a thing or two from you.
Thank you. I think I'll do better next time. I think there's some things I would do differently. But anyways, it's all tied up tight now. There's no use in wasting bandages. It'll hold.
And I'm just going to put my hand briefly on his shoulder. Look, I know that little girl really did a number on you, but you're good, okay? You're great. You got this.
I just wish that I felt that, you know?
Manx, I'm going to have you roll a second one for Nictor's bear wounds.
Oh my god. 10 total.
Okay. So again, you do about the same thing. Nictor feels comfortable with the wraps and they do feel tight. But Nictor, you're going to add, your name is going to be Nictor the Scarred, at least until those can be fixed at another point.
At some point, I will learn Restoration to undo all the fuck-uppery.
So Nictor, from this point onwards, if you wear a cloak over the scarring, no one will notice and it'll be neutral. But if you're showing those scars, you will gain advantage on Intimidate and you'll gain disadvantage on Diplomacy.
Thank you, Manx. I know we're all feeling the grog this morning, but your bandages are much appreciated. Thank you.
Nictor, they're going to start calling you the bear wrestler. It's quite impressive.
I like the sounds of that. Or perhaps the bear boxer.
Bear boxer, yeah.
Demeclees, you notice the pretty significant scarring and injury to your party.
I feel nothing.
As you exit the room, not Demeclees, but as the three of you exit the room, this was one heck of a party. There are soldiers and townsfolk alike draped over every surface and bar and stool and chair and table. So everyone in the room is very solidly asleep, but it sounds like a small sawmill. There is so much snoring going on. The second thing you notice is that the sun is shining through all of the windows from a direction that indicates it is not early morning. It is probably closer to noon.
This town sure knows how to throw a rager. Holy crap.
Yeah, I thought we were the late ones.
I'm going to just start walking over people and just kind of taking a gander at the aftermath.
Where do the people with hangovers sit?
In the bar.
You guys look a little worse for wear. I'd like to find a space where I can boil a kettle and make some tea for my hungover friends.
The fire has long gone out in the tavern. This is probably not a good place for you to find any type of food or drink with this many snoring bodies around.
So I would just say to Nictor, so what do you think? It's time to go wake Sleeping Beauty? And I'm going to gesture to Demeclees' room. He must have drank like 3 times what we drank. Let's go see how messed up he is.
He might be on the floor as well. He might be dead. Ah, well, he's part of the team. It would be wrong to not have him around.
So still holding my head, I'm going to motion that way. I heard Manx say he was making tea. I just figured we should fetch Demeclees.
We'll be back, Manx!
I'm just gonna busy myself getting, a fire going again.
So can I creep up the stairs?
Yep, make a stealth check.
So a 13. I was motioning towards Nictor to do the same. Come on, it's going to be good.
I mean, they're certainly creaking, but everyone is still way too passed out. So you can get up the stairs pretty decently.
So yeah, I would have repped towards his doorknob. Slowly and... Alright, he's never going to suspect it. He's going to love it. He's going to hate it.
Good morning, Axel.
Ah! What? How?
And my good old friend there, Nictor, I think? I'm sure you've come to collect your gold. Thank you for your services. Ha! Here you go. And I'm going to toss them each a couple of gold coins each.
I'm going to fumble mine because I'm just in disbelief that he was able to do that. I'm like, is it really wise to use the fates to scare your friends like that?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, I apologize. You're very scarred. Here's an extra gold coin for you.
I'm also going to have Demeclees make an intimidate check with advantage, and Nictor and Axel make opposing ones.
Oh, God. So I'm going to be sickened and scared?
Ooh, I rolled a nat 20 on one of them, so I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not beating that.
I'm counting the nat 20 as a success. So both of you who drank extensively with Demeclees the night before are kind of intimidated. Not that you're scared of Demeclees, but the fact that you watched somebody who is half your size drink similar amounts of alcoholic beverages and then feel this much better than you and surprise you makes you think that Demeclees may not actually be from this mortal world.
I think we should go get some, breakfast? Yes. Oh, it looks like more like lunch, but perhaps Chef Moyardee will be around. My goodness, you don't look very good. And I'm going to stare at Nictor and Axel. Did you have trouble sleeping?
I didn't have trouble sleeping. It's just I didn't end up in my bed.
Just a touch of the morning groggy. Is that all? No, let's find Moyardee. I like that idea.
Well, you know what they say. Drink like a gnome, think like a genius.
I'm going to lean into Nictor, like, stealthily as Demeclees is, like, all proud and leading the way. He uses magic to cheat. How is he not hungover?
What was that? What was that?
Nothing. Let's go get some breakfast.
I'm not even sure if the liquid went down his throat. Was he even drinking?
That gnome ain't right.
I will exit the tavern and head towards where there would be food, which might be in the tavern. I don't know. Is that where we would eat, or would Chef Moyardee be at a different place?
If this were normal times, a tavern is a good place to find food. But literally, as you step out from the Rusty Iron Tankard, once again, hear Chef Moyardee before you can see him, absolutely bellowing across the entire courtyard. So he's probably 200 yards away, and you can still hear him pretty clearly bellowing at these apprentice cooks to turn the spit faster and roast more eggs and hurry up and set more table trusses. And he's just shifted from previous cooking fires from the night before. So it's all breakfast food now in the same location. You can see about 20 to 30 people that have woken themselves and are sitting kind of scattered out across the different tables.
Well, early gnome gets the bacon. Let's head towards there and grab ourselves some digs before the rush comes.
Demeclees, make a perception check.
I will perception something. I got a very good 19 plus some other things.
You've lost Manx somewhere in the tavern.
Where did that Manx get off to? Is he tending to the sick again?
He could be. I heard he was making tea.
Oh. Yes, well, if we don't know where he is, perhaps you should find him. Or he'll turn up, whatever. Anyway, off we go.
I'm going to turn around, because I'm probably in the rear with my foot, and just go back towards Manx. We'll meet up with you guys.
Alright, hanging out with Demeclees. Let's go, guy.
So, is Axel a fan of spiders?
It's hard to believe anyone's a real fan of spiders. I don't think he made a hobby of it.
I just assumed he liked them since he had one on his shoulder. He was quite comfortable with it.
Was it a poisonous one, was it?
It's rare to find someone who has an appreciation for the eight-legged beasts such as I. But, it's interesting. It's more than I expected from a brute such as him.
Was it a venomous spider? I just really want to make sure about that. Since you noticed it and all.
Well, there's really no need to worry. If the spider hasn't bitten him already, it's probably not going to. Probably.
I'm very uncomfortable now. You'd tell me if there's a spider on me, wouldn't you, Demeclees?
Oh, do you not like spiders? Or do you want me to tell you so you know because you do like spiders?
Well, I just like to know if they're around. It's not really a hate thing, it's just a concern.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I could point out spiders if I happen to see them. They're quite easy to smell.
Well, thank you. I just don't have a knack for smelling spiders like you do, bud. But thank you.
It's probably the smell of bacon in the morning. It overpowers most normal senses. You know gnomes have the highest and most powerful of senses out there.
I'll take your word for it, because I have a powerful nose for bacon. Let's get some.
I would challenge a dragon to a smelling contest if I could. Well, let's see how Chef Moyardee is.
That's a bold claim.
Having this conversation as you're walking over, the cooking pits are full of eggs and sausage and bacon and cornbread and muffins and scones. What are you grabbing, and are you trying to sit with other people in the market, or are you mostly going to sit and eat alone?
Are there any people we recognize in the market?
Yes. Saeed and Garrick are both there, although different tables.
but the Tamir is not here, correct?
There does not seem to be anybody from House Stormrider here at this point.
Would you prefer to talk to Garrick, the blacksmith? A bit of a common fellow, but quite interesting views on making tridents, actually. And if you were to talk to Captain of the Guard Saeed, you could ask him about any local guard jobs. Maybe they're looking for someone of your stature and use.
That's the smartest thing I heard all morning. Let's hang out with Saeed and double check how everyone's doing.
Aye. Sounds like a wonderful idea. Seeing as there's no nobles here, I'll just join you two.
Manx, can you make a perception check?
Gladly. That's going to be a 16 total.
So you hear Demeclees call out to you while you're rummaging in the back of the tavern to try and make tea, that they're headed down to the cooking fires.
Not with that attitude.
Manx, you kind of poke your head up when you hear that, and you can see Axel approaching you.
Come on, Demeclees has got a nose for bacon. We gotta get out of here.
I have found that, but, if there's bacon, I'll follow him to the ends of the earth.
The gnome has no patience, I tell you. None.
Both of you are heading down then to the cooking pits as well?
Yep.
Manx, I'm going to carry over your perception check from before there. So you actually see Freya Stormrider, who's almost impossibly wolfing down a breakfast, still looking unbelievably disgusting in blood and filth-covered clothing, just at a side table. Other than that, there's no one else of note.
I'll come and sit down with the group for now, but I'm just going to keep my eye on her.
So as you all sit next to Saeed, he looks up.
Thanks again, Manx, for keeping those goblins off me. My leg's almost back to full strength. Pretty soon I'll be standing side by side with anyone who dares threaten Seafall.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to help you, my friend. We're looking forward to getting you back up to speed.
And look at this, you're with our old stonemason. Earning quite a bit of a reputation there, aren't you, Axel? I'm Saeed. I don't think we've ever met formally, though we were sharing a few ales last night.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Saeed, and I'm going to do the Hercules shake. Maybe catch him off guard.
Whoa, easy there, stonemason. Don't go about ripping my arm off here.
Thank you, and you look skilled. You're one of the lucky few that made it out of there, so I gotta commend you there.
Nothing as exciting as you, Axel. You and Tobias Greenleaf are the talk of the town. You've inspired many a young would-be warriors.
How did word catch so quickly?
Anyone who could stand up to any of those bear warriors would certainly be the talk of the town. However, Tobias's singing voice and our drunken antics yesterday, I'm sure, has added to your reputation. The locals are calling Tobias Greenleaf the Green Jarl.
Oh, I'm sure there was embellishments. Tobias really cleaved them down by the sounds of it. And my bear wrestling wasn't without help. I'm going to gesture to the table and kind of end my gesture at Nick's bandages. Nictor here damn near picked the thing up.
If he didn't come in so close and bite me, I would have knocked his teeth out first.
By Mara's underskirts, you are a rambunctious lot. I do like the confidence, though. You might not remember me, Gnomeling, but I actually introduced you to Cedric when you first got to Seafall.
Aye, Saeed, I remember you well. I think I gave you a Portrait of Doom, did I?
No, that wasn't me. I'm hoping you haven't seen anything in my future.
Oh, good. That was somebody else that day.
I am sorry to whoever you prophesied doom, but by Mara's blessings, she watches over me.
Now, Saeed, I am curious. The Tamir has, obviously had such a row and a celebration, but, after all this, how do we all get back to normal with so much death and damage? Have you, there must be some work to be done.
You must have forgotten with all the festivities last night, Demeclees, that all able-bodied individuals have been asked to go to those who live outside Seafall's walls and bring them into Seafall. With Vardant Hollow still packed with goblins, it seems likely that the farms surrounding Seafall will be under threat and likely looted. Tobias left early this morning, asked by the Tamir to lead a small party to collect those in farms far to the south of the city he left word that you were supposed to go and collect his mother and 3 sisters, as his brother Grimoire is obviously still in the hospital. Did you not get any message?
And their name was Leaf, you said? Something about leaves? I am newish to this area. No relation at all to any sort of glimmer leaves or brown leaves or any other type of leaf, are they?
The Blimmerleaf vegetable patch is your 3rd farm on the way out of the city, close to where the forest starts, Demeclees. I didn't think I would be the one to give you this message, but I'm glad you got the message nonetheless.
They really are the best carrots.
I'm just gonna say to Demeclees, I don't think that's how family trees work.
Well, I'm not so much of an expert on family like the Tarkuses, but, I like your spider. Have you named him?
What? I don't. What do you mean? I'm gonna look around for the spider, but I'm gonna look on the floor and stuff where spiders should be.
If you were to name a spider, Nixor, what would you name it?
If I were to name a spider, I'd call him Toby.
Toby. That's an interesting name. What about you? Axel, what would you name a spider if you had to?
I don't know. The thought has never crossed my mind, and I'm still gonna be looking around on the floor.
So, Saeed, what would you name a spider?
Truthfully, Demeclees, I'm terrified of spiders. The way they move is unnatural. Even now I am uncomfortable with this spider and this conversation. Do not dally in getting to the Greenleaf vegetable farm. I'm sure Tobias and Grim will be happy to see their mother and sisters inside the walls safely. May the blessings of Mara Starfish watch over all of you.
Well, you could always call him Mephistopheles, you know? 'Cause the thing about it is he's on your left shoulder, and there's a great history of demons on the left shoulder, you see. And Mephistopheles, that sounds like quite a cute name for a spider.
Okay, when I see this spider, does it look cute to me?
I would like to have created the cutest little spider that has like these 2 legs up and it's waving them. It has fur and seems to be not very huge, but big enough to be of normal concern to any humanoid who doesn't like spiders.
So I like it. I go, oh, what a cute little guy. How long has he been here?
I don't know. He was with you earlier today when I saw you. You'd have to ask him.
Was I drinking with you last night and just kind of like poking with a single finger? I think this guy's my drinking buddy.
As your finger gets close, he puts his front 2 legs onto it and then attaches to your finger. And then when you pull your finger away, he pulls himself onto your finger.
Oh, it's quite dexterous. I'm just going to be holding him, I guess. Max, what do you figure a spider should be named?
I kind of chuckle and I'm like, well, it sounds like you should name it Dexter.
Dexter, Toby. Dexter. Mephistopheles. I'm going to say it wrong on purpose.
Maybe stick to Dexter.
Demeclees, I have a quick pondery. You happened to throw in the word demon on the left shoulder just a little while ago there. Are we confident this is a spider?
Oh, I don't know. The only really surefire way to check is to, pull off the legs one by one and see how it reacts. But it is a new spider, and we're not casting any spells or portents right now. Would you like to... I could bring out more spiders if you'd like to see how they react. Usually 2 spiders will kill each other.
Yeah, if you say it smells like a spider, I'll trust that it's a spider.
No, I don't want to kill Dexter. Come on, don't be like that.
Oh, yes, well, by the smell. That's how I could smell it right there.
I never said kill. Just ensuring that mysterious spider, something about demon on the story about demons being on left shoulders, just filling in some blanks here. Nervous blanks.
I'm sure no demons would want anything. Besides, you're talking of devils. Devils want something from you. Watch out for any of them.
Yeah, I'm quite keen on Dexter, but I'm open to suggestions, and I'm going to put the spider on my shoulder and try going back to eating.
At this point, Garrick Ironhammer is going to come and plonk himself down next to Demeclees and not quite rough you up, but like grab you by the shoulders and pull you in for an embrace.
Demeclees, you told me to make a new trident for the Tamir by Thylar's hammer. You were right. It was a brilliant idea.
You can also detect some alcohol on his breath. So he is either still drunk or continuing to drink.
Oh, yes, well, if I got a bear hug every time I was right about something, I'd probably be half my size I already am. But yes, I appreciate the thoughts. I was correct about that, it seems. The trident that you made, did the Tamir like it?
I haven't given it to him yet, but I've heard that his broke in the battle at Varden Hollow. What phenomenal timing. Balorf smiled upon us.
Oh, yes, well, so much of the face is about timing, you see. I'm glad that I could have channeled the weather vane in the right direction for you. Are you looking for other future portents?
If you've got any more predictions, I'd be more than... What the heck is that guy doing? Is that a spider?
No, I was going to be feeding him a little bit of egg.
The stonemason's gone off his rocker. Demeclees, best watch yourself. What kind of characters are you associating with here?
Oh, well, you wouldn't believe how effective he is with other devices. To each their own. You're quite adept with a hammer, and many might consider that a strange implement. Like those who read. But this guy here, I believe he's going to be named Saeed, too.
I guess that's a fair point, Demeclees. Although these sea peoples are a strange folk.
And did you sleep last night? Perhaps you're a little overtired. You seem to be in jovial spirits all the same.
Didn't get a wink of sleep last night, Demeclees. I was rolling the steel for the Tamir's trident. It's as strong as the ocean currents, and with the heart of a mountain.
Well, make sure you get a good commission for it. And, have you seen the Tamir yet? I'd love to be around when you present it to him.
I don't think we're going to see the Tamir for the next few days. His son is back, and they have a lot of catching up to do. Can you believe it? Tortured for 14 years.
Well, I'm curious, of all the steels and everything that were left behind by these goblin heirs, are you, collecting them to break them down and perhaps use the steel?
The quality of the goblin tools is pretty terrible. No real craftsmanship. But I guess I could always melt them down and turn them into a farm plow or two. Always need for farm plows.
Ah, excellent. Well, I'm sure we can get Axel to carry a bunch of this for us.
I'm going to say, well, hang on a sec. I'm just going to be wolfing food. I'm not your pack mule, Demeclees.
I'm going to toss another gold coin onto the table.
Okay, I'm your pack mule.
Are you looking for anything else while we're out in the countryside, perhaps? I'm curious.
Well, I'm looking for a new assistant after my last assistant, Zinky, was walking the dark road. I'd be a little surprised if you found an assistant out in the vegetable fields, though. Now, Axel, the armor that you're gonna be wearing, Alric's old stuff, took me down near half the night to fix that. What the heck happened to destroy plate like that?
Sorry, I'm a little groggy. I'm gonna be like trying to recall and my head hurts. Meat hook? And that's all I blurt out with no elaborating further.
Right through the leg it did.
A meat hook. In the middle of combat. Getting through cold plate armor. Well, I'll be. What an interesting thing to have happened. Anyway, no matter.
We had to have another drink with you. But, may your tankard never run dry and your stories never grow short.
I'd like to hear that story after you get back from the Greenleaf farm, if you don't mind, Demeclees.
We're gonna head there presently. Right, gang?
Yeah.
I saw his meat and it just made me groan audibly.
He wanders away, and you can hear him singing under his breath as he leaves.
Nothing better than cold rolled steel in the morning. Nothing harder than a good steel anvil.
I like him. It's too bad he's going to die.
It's true we're all gonna die, Demeclees.
Oh, yes, of course. You've all got an end in your sights. The question is just how far away can you see it? Will you reach the horizon before it reaches you? Something to ponder on the road. Shall we head towards this green leaf farm of sorts? Are you all ready to go, or do you need something first?
I think we should head to the farm as soon as possible so that we can make sure that at least the rest of the Greenleaf family can stave off death for as long as possible. We already saw their father killed in the first attack. I'd hate to leave the rest of the family in danger.
A mother and 4 sisters, did they say?
Yeah, I gotta go grab my stuff out of my room. I gotta go get my armor and things. Okay, well, just give me, 10 minutes, and me and Syed, too, will be back.
I'm just gonna wrap a scone in bacon as a little protein snack for later as I walk around.
Can I grab an extra set of hands? I can't actually dress myself. This is embarrassing.
Oh, it's plate armor. There's always a strap or two. I gotta grab my pack anyways. Let's go.
Alright, thank you, Nictor.
Manx, I'm going to shift to you for a second, and Freya is actually going to join Demeclees and Manx at the table after Axel and Nictor have gone off to the tavern to get the plate.
Good morning, Freya. Did you have a busy night?
Good morning, Manx. I am glad to see you've got some breakfast into you. Many passed in the night, but many more seem to be on the mend. We are past the worst of it now. I suspect our town will recover in fine order.
Well, thank you for letting me kind of cut my teeth, so to speak, in there. I know I'm not very good yet, but, it heartens me to see somebody so young take such initiative and try to master the healing arts, and I really do look up to you.
The man whose leg you helped me amputate, Bjorn. He was a baker, and he will live. More than 70 others will not leave that church, but Bjorn will. And for that, he owes you his thanks. It was actually you, Demeclees, I was coming to speak to. For your rescuing of Henry has dispossessed me of my inheritance. You see, I used to be the eldest daughter of Cedric Stormratter. But with Henry's return, I am no longer heir to the head of house.
Did you want to be the heir? Was that the fate you saw for yourself?
Honestly, Demeclees, I don't know where my place is in the world anymore. All of my friends are gone. We used to play hide-and-seek in the fields. Now there is naught there but graves.
Well, how many were thankful for your presence there last night?
A great many, I think.
I think you are right, Manx, for there are many who walk out of the hospital who would not have done so.
Aye, well, I think whatever that future may behold, sometimes a cut thread starts a whole new connection. You may find yourself on the right path soon enough.
I hope you return soon, Demeclees, and I get some time to discuss with you what you see of my future. Ah, yes, Manx. I also came to give you this healer's kit.
And she passes you over kind of a briefcase. It's a little worn, but it's a wooden box with leather bound all the way across.
Thank you, and I open it up to see what's inside.
So inside the box is what looks like one of the most remarkable and intricate healing kits that you have probably ever seen. Right now it's not stocked. All the vials are empty, but you see little pouches and vials for different herbs and potions, and you see sutures and string and needles to patch anybody up that you could possibly imagine.
I hope, Manx, that this healing kit will help you keep your friends away from Mara's coral graveyard.
She gestures to Nictor and Axel coming back from the tavern now with his plate on him.
Well, I don't know what to say other than thank you. I'm glad that you have seen such potential in me, and I look forward to stocking this up for you. Yeah, I think due to some doom and gloom that we encounter on the road. I think we'll be far enough afield to where I'm going to be able to stock this up and bring it back, and who knows, we might even be able to create some new stuff.
Good luck, Minx. And I am sure Grimoire will thank you for bringing his mother and sisters back into town.
Ah, yes, it seems like everybody was told of our mission before us. I'll take it to heart. We will do our very best to recover the green leaf, children and mother, maybe the mother. Probably. But we'll see.
Axel and Nictor, you're at the gate now in full plate. Demeclees and Manx are not there yet.
Thanks for the hand, and I'm going to do like little calisthenics, just kind of like feeling out the plate. And I'm just going to be admiring its craftsmanship.
Get your stretches in before the battle. You make a fine soldier with that new armor on.
Thank you. Are you going to be wearing armor, or do you just do the bandage look?
It slows me down. I like to be nimble and on my feet. But I did pick up this spear on our way here.
Oh, that's just your size. I like it.
Can I see the statue of Mara from where we're having breakfast?
Yes, it towers over the city, and you can see the crown has been restored.
I'd like to get everybody together. We did good. It's important that we get out there and keep everybody safe. Hopefully we won't run into any danger, but I'm looking forward to helping out as many of these villagers as possible, and everybody gets 6 temporary hit points.
Well said. I felt that. I felt that one. I'm going to pound my chest a little bit with my fist.
You look great in your new armor, by the way.
Thank you. We'll see how it holds up. And I'm going to still wince at the idea of a sword going through my foot.
As you leave the gate itself, it is guarded by 2 city guards. The moment you exit, the gates close behind you, and ahead of you is about 500 to 600 meters of farmland. And then you can see the forest stretching and growing up beyond.
Do you think we'll encounter any goblins?
Well, more than likely.
They are kind of running roughshod.
They are the largest of threat these days.
Mara, protect us if we do.
Do you think maybe next time we get a goblin, we could keep one of them alive? The only reason I ask is for some slight poultices and potions and spells, sometimes it's very useful to have goblin tears.
I didn't know goblins could cry.
Tears or ears?
Well, that's the thing. It's very rare. But if I feel like if I had one in my possession, I mean a goblin, we could try to make it cry, and then I could collect the tears. Then we can do whatever we need to afterwards. I mean, if we want to kill it or throw it into the, spikes or whatever. It's just the tears I want, But it is very hard to make a goblin cry. That is a challenge. Why, it's a very valuable spell component.
Do goblins react to onions the way they do with other people?
That's a good question. I do not know.
I don't know how onion juice might affect the tears, but we could always get some onions and just squeeze the juice into its eyes.
Well, something to consider next time we encounter some goblins. I mean, if you can withstand chopping their heads off, etc., maybe make them cry beforehand so I can collect the tears.
I'm not liking the way this is going.
I'm liking the way this is thinking.
Let's change subjects. Maybe we don't run into goblins and we get to save people.
That sounds like the story I want to hear.
There's not a lot of other spell components in this area that would be very valuable. I mean, unless you know where you could get yourself a phoenix feather or a cyclops eye or...
Okay, ingredients later. I just happened to see some billowing smoke in the distance, kind of near where our target destination is. Should we mosey on over? Instead of mosey, maybe actually double time it.
At this point in time, you see side roads that go off with signposts in marking each one. So you can see the windmill, and there's a signpost that says the millers. There's a signpost that goes off to other farms left and right. And you get to one where the smoke is coming from, and it is the one closest to the forest at the edge. And you can see it says Greenleaf Farms.
Well, this doesn't bode well.
We must make haste.
Thank you for the lift, but I'll walk from here.
Okay, I'll place him down.
As you head down towards the Greenleaf Farm, no doubt that this is the Greenleaf Farm that's on fire. I'm going to have all of you make first a perception check and then an initiative for me.
Ooh, 23 for perception.
I got a 9 for perception.
I also got a 9.
19.
So Nictor and Manx, the first thing that you guys notice as you round the corner is the whole barn, house, everything completely engulfed in giant flame. Immediately you guys zone in to a semicircle of 8 goblins pressing an attack on 5 individuals against a flaming barn. There are a woman with a garden rake. There's another woman with another garden rake trying to just poke them or keep the goblins away. And then there's a tiny little gnome that is faring much better in combat. And behind them, there are 3 small girls. So, 8, 10, and 12, let's say. And I need everybody's initiative.
Just let me know when I can make immediate action.
Okay. 13.
15 was mine.
Oh, gross. I got 8.
10 for me.
Nictor and Manx both get a surprise round, and then we'll reveal the rest.
How far are we away from all the action?
You've closed in, you're 75-ish feet away now.
So I'm going to take a few steps forward and then cast Fairy Fire and try and angle it so it gets as many of the goblins as possible without the defenders of the gate.
I want it to be a brilliant pink light.
They're in a semicircle, so you at most, just because it's a curve of goblins surrounding them, you're only going to get 2 goblins. But I'm fine with that. And they want a dexterity save. First one is 18.
Oh, come on.
And your next one is 11.
So the one at the top of the semicircle, who is closest to us, is going to glow with a pink light, and everyone attacking him is going to get advantage.
And I'm leaving that to you, Nictor.
If I'm running, I can cross the distance to at least 35 feet from them. Dashing as hard as I can, I heave my spear at now the lead one that Manx has sparkled up for me. You have rat-loving bastards, and what do I roll? Grand total of 21.
All right, we'll take it.
Nice. Does it go right through his heart?
Roll for damage. Let's find out.
Good thing I rolled a 6. 9 total.
It doesn't go through his head, but it absolutely hammers him right off of his feet, and he collapses motionless.
Ha-ha!
Absolutely spear right through the goblin and startles the rest of the party, causing them to all turn and face you as a group.
Yes, come and get me!
I'm also going to give Nictor inspiration for that, because that was dope.
Thank you. I am inspired.
So Axel and Demeclees, you can see now that Nictor has charged in and Manx has performed his actions, that there are 8 goblins in a semicircle, pressing the mother, daughter, and the rest of the kids with their backs against one of the burning barns. In the middle, you see what Manx aptly noticed the first time is a tiny Ida Hotspur who's darting in and out, yelling ferocious insults at the goblins in front of her.
Ida's with the group?
Ida is being surrounded and trying to stave off the goblins. Having been attacked from behind and not expecting it, the first goblin pitches forward with his spear, and it causes a momentary pause. 4 goblins break off and charge towards Nictor. Nictor, the 2 goblins who are first to react, turn, charge to you, and hurl their goblin javelins. The first one is sloppy, but the second one is true, and hits you with a 17.
What? Goblins! Jesus! Put a hole in my heart.
6 damage. Nictor, make a dexterity save.
A 16 total. Haha!
It glances off of your left arm, and as it skitters past you, you manage to catch the tail end of the javelin that he threw at you.
Throwing like daisies. Come at me.
Okay, Demeclees, your move.
Who is the biggest and scariest looking goblin?
They look roughly similar, but you've got until the bottom of this turn before Nick is going to get eaten by 4 goblins.
I will target one of those goblins with a mind spike, and I would like to grab a conveniently located spider out of my pocket and tear off one of the legs and throw the spider at the guy. I will mind spike each and every one of you. There are 8 of you and 8 legs of a spider. The last one of you standing, I will make cry.
Definitely fails with a 3.
Well then, you will take 10 mind spike psychic damage.
The back of its head actually entirely explodes as though it was shot with a crossbow, but there's no entry point. It just explodes out the back.
There are 7 legs left. Surrender now.
Jeebers, I'm intimidated from here.
Okay, Axel.
Okay, and my new and snazzy Bec de Corbin gives me 5 reach. And move up shoulder to shoulder with Nictor. That was a hell of a throw. Sorry I'm late.
Watch me, I'm about to do it again.
I would like to hold my action, and I will just be readying a melee attack on anything that attacks Nictor.
Nictor, there's going to be a second javelin hurled to you for 22 to attack, which is 3 additional points of damage. The other goblin that is remaining thrown their javelins to Axel for 22 to hit for 7 points of damage. And they're now both out of javelins and ready to close quarters with you. It's Manx. It is your move.
So last time I cast Fairy Fire, only one got affected, and he's now dead. So now that all the goblins are closer, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire right in front of them, so it should catch all 4 of them and help Nictor and Axel.
Give me some wisdom saves.
So that's a 15. We've got a 12.
Oath of a whore.
And a nat 20. 2 that are ferried up, also with violet light again. Manx and Demeclees, can you simultaneously make additional perception checks for me?
Simultaneously, I got 19.
23 for me.
All right, Nictor, it's your move. What are you doing here, buddy?
I ready myself to shoot for the purple one. Haha, another spear throw.
Roll it.
13 total.
Don't forget, Nictor, you're inspired.
6. Puts me up to 19.
That'll work.
Through his chest plate. So inspired to cause violence.
Roll damage.
7 total.
It manages to hammer him off of his feet. He's not dead, but he's certainly incapacitated. With the spear that he threw, you have returned it back right into his gut.
2 for 2. Try it again.
Top of the round. There are 2 goblins that are about to close on Axel and Nictor. There are 3 goblins that are left fighting the mother, Ida, and the daughter.
All right. I would like to target one of the ones that are fighting the daughter, and I would like to mind spike that one. I saw all of your doom in a dream last night. It was foretold. 6 legs left. I'll yank another one out of the spider and mind spike the next one.
So he fails. Roll for damage on that one.
11 damage. So that one's mind blows up as well, correct?
Yes, it does.
I'm trying to make one of them cry.
Okay, that moves us to Axel. There is a goblin who is charging at you, but there's really nothing for you to do at this point unless you want to move in front of Nictor to engage the goblins, because you're faster than they are.
So you're saying if I move a space in front of Nictor, they would just swarm me?
There are 2 that are remaining that will close with you this turn, but you are faster to react than they are.
I will move into place to do that.
To take both goblin charges?
I'll do it. It's time to be a stone wall and just kind of leap in front.
So they're right on top of you as you do that, and you've readied an action, right?
Yeah, it was an attack just if something was going to hit Nictor.
You get charged twice by 2 goblins, but because they would have been in that space, I'm going to give you an attack of opportunity on one of the 2 goblins as they charge into you before combat.
Okay, so I will roll an opportunity attack on one, yes? Does not hit. I think it's 7 total. Oof.
So this is going to be a really formative experience for Axel. He jumps in front, and the 2 goblins, he swings, they duck, they get under, and you expect to feel the stab of pain from the 2 knives, and all you actually feel is just 2 thumps, and you look down and you realize that your plate armor has deflected both of the blows, and it's the first time you've ever worn plate, and you immediately understand why it's important and why anyone would care so much about armor, because that should have killed you, and instead it didn't do anything.
I'm just kind of bewildered. That's kind of my state.
Manx, you had a 23 on your perception, right?
Yes, 23.
Okay. And Demeclees, yours was 19?
Yeah.
So from Behind Demeclees and Manx, 2 yellow-cloaked, fully chainmail halberdiers explode from the cornfield and engage Demeclees and Manx from behind. Now, you can hear them coming, Manx, so you manage to get out of the way. Demeclees, you don't hear them coming, so they get to you immediately. The good news is you're fast enough to react, both of you, to the first 2 swings of the halberds, and nobody is hurt. Demeclees, you duck right out of the way, but both of you are now engaged by 2 real professional soldiers that have snuck in behind the 2 of you.
I brought the wrong spiders for you.
They quickly recover from the surprise action that was foiled, and it is first one's turn. It catches you with the stump, Demeclees, right in the stomach, not with the slashing end of the halberdier, just on the counterattack for 7 damage. Do a Constitution save beating a 7.
17. Oof. Ooh. You hit me in the gut.
And it is actually your turn.
I'd say that was funny, but you're the one laughing. Ha ha! Hideous laughter on the guy. Roll a wisdom check.
That's a 14, so he manages to just barely succeed.
Well, let's see if you can catch this.
And I'd like to just run away as fast as I can. He can take an opportunity attack. I will run into the cornfield. That sounds like a great idea. I would like to do a zigzag pattern in order to make sure that I get him as lost as possible. Not me, him.
Your visibility is immediately dropped to 5 feet.
Adios, sucker. There are still 6 legs left.
Nictor, you are currently not engaged. Axel has taken the brunt of both charges, and you are right behind him with 2 goblins in front of you.
My question is, out of the women and children and Ida Hotspur, who's in most danger? Or are the goblins even interacting with them anymore?
Well, their goblins are nervous by what's going on otherwise, so they're kind of distracted by the combat. They're all still in danger because there are still 2 goblins over there because Demeclees mind spiked one of them. They're not willing to get really close enough to get hurt, and the women and Ida are not pressing the attack. So they're just kind of poking at each other and threatening each other.
Because I'm just going to assume that my brick wall of a friend here is taking care of things. I'm going to run over to the women and children and protect them as best as I can. I'm going to charge on over and immediately flurry of blows on the closest one that I get to.
So that's the one that's engaged with the mother. You'll be flanking because he's still facing the mother.
So first roll, 19, 24 total, and the other one was a 5. So we'll take the 24 total for the first hit. Rolling for the second one, 21 total on that one. My numbers were 24 and 21, 2 hits, I presume. Roll some damage. Ew, that's gross. Okay, first hit was a 4. Second hit here, 7. So, yeah, give him the old 1-2 good night. Do I knock his teeth out because I'm so inspired?
So 11 total. He's facing away from you, so you can't knock his teeth out. But you do absolutely hammer him in the back of the head, and it does knock him out entirely. And he collapses to the ground.
I point at the other one, I say, "You're next, buddy." And I just eyeball him hard.
Next is the professional soldier who flanked Manx, who engages. Now the initial surprise has worn off. He successfully manages to bring the halberd down onto Manx's leg for 12 points of damage.
Oh, god damn, 12 points?
The last goblin that is in front of the family that Nick is marching towards loses his nerve and just flees away into the cornfield. Manx, also make your constitution save, so you're going to have to beat 7 in order to not be knocked prone or sickened by the attack.
I managed to get a 16.
You're good. And we are going to move back to Demeclees in the cornfield.
I would like to run back out of the cornfield. Do I see the halberdiers?
You do, and you can see that the one that you ducked away in the cornfield has now flanked Manx.
I would like to... So by flanked, you mean Manx is also there, right?
So Manx is there facing his halberdier, and the halberdier you ran from is now on the side of Manx, readying for another attack.
I'm going to make a judgment call. I'm going to raise my hands up with a spider on it. Burning hands! And I'm going to burn the whole area for 15 feet.
Manx included?
Oh, what the hell? That's friendly fire.
Yeah. What? He can heal himself. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Your first professional soldier scores a 19, and your second one scores a 6.
Well, I rolled a 14.
Well, you're lucky. I rolled 2 2s and a 1, so that would be a whopping 5 burning damage, but they are all on fire if that's the case. And that's all I can do, god damn it. Half of that if you made the save, so 2 damage.
I'm going to have the cornfield slightly smoldering, so it all smells like burnt popcorn. The 2 professional soldiers, realizing that almost all of their goblin followers have been dispatched, disengage from Manx.
Andreas, let's get out of here. These few farm folk ain't worth dying over. Leave the goblins.
You can hear the larger one yell as they enter the cornfield.
You're all dead men anyway. When you hear those Raven Shield war drums, you'll be wiped into the ocean.
Axel, I'm going to give you an attack of opportunity for the goblin that was still engaged with you, who is going to flee.
Can I hit something? Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
Oh my god.
So he manages to duck under, and you...
Yeah, I know I feel ashamed. Don't tell me I feel ashamed. I already feel it.
Ida immediately comes up.
It's you, Demeclees and the others from Vartan Hollow. I was figuring we wouldn't make it out of this alive, and yet here you are. Of all the rescuers, I wouldn't have expected it to be you guys. Again.
That makes 2 of us, Ida. We weren't expecting to see you here either. How did you get here?
There's no time for that now. We have to get out of here.
Good point. No time for that now.
We've been ordered to come and collect everybody outside of the town walls. Come with us. We have to get back to Seafall.
Then lead us to Seafall quickly, Manx. Goodrun, gather your daughters. We must get to Seafall. There's no telling when those goblins will come back, and we shouldn't be here when they do return.
But what about the house and the barn? It's on fire.
Leave the farmhouse, girls. When the goblins return, it's all but gone anyway. We must get to Seafall. Demeclees, lead us onwards.
And so ends this episode of You Rolled a 1. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening. If you have feedback on the show, feel free to connect with us on Discord, Instagram, or YouTube. If you want to learn more about the Realm of Belcar, or maybe play a campaign here yourself, our pages have lots of information for all GMs who want to host a campaign on their own. Remember, getting a brand new fancy weapon only to manage to hit absolutely no enemy characters is a real life rolling a 1. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.